So I'm still in the process of moving the solar panels. We got the panels moved and it was a bit of a fiasco because once we got the panels off the mount, man, they were heavy. We knew we were in trouble when we dropped the second bolt. We got it on the ground and the whole thing weighs probably, 250 pounds. But with both of us, it was me and a friend, and it was hard to pick up. So we had to figure out how to get the panels from the original mount, which is over here, to the new mount, which is over here. So we ended up getting a dolly and putting one side of the panels on the dolly and rolling it over. And then we got it tipped upright, but it was on the wrong side of the mount, so we had to put the top on the bottom and the bottom on the top. And then we were a foot short of getting the clamps up to the bar. So we fussed around, we thought about thinking about jacks, this, that, the other thing. And finally, I said to my friend, we're being stupid. So I went and got the tractor and we used the bucket to get the panels up on one side to get one clamp on. And then we went to the other side and used the bucket to get the clamps up to the other side. But it was a fiasco. And those solar panels, I didn't want to take them apart because it would be a lot of extra work. And I wanted to move them all in one shot. And it was like two monkeys with a soccer ball trying to figure out how to play football. But anyway, it's up on the mount and we're working on the front mounts now. I got one done, it's right here. It's adjustable, so we're gonna go ahead and put that in, and then we gotta make the other mount for the other side. We got a bit of a quandary here. We need from the base plate up to the hole 41.5 inches, and I don't have it. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut 16 inches off this, slide this into this, and get our 41.5 inches, and then weld everything together. So now we have our 41.5 inches to the hole. We pressed the inside bar into the outside bar so we could go ahead and weld that. That's going to be welded to this plate, and then we're going to add some support behind the plate. So let's go ahead and do that. We got that tacked on there. We're going to go ahead and it looks pretty good. Close enough for government work. We're going to go ahead and tack the rest of it. So I'm not going to keep beating my camera up. But you can see that's an okay weld for an amateur. So I went ahead and welded the two pieces together. Not the greatest of welds, but it'll hold. We've got good penetration, so we're good there. So you're either a welder or a grinder. That's pretty good. There's no porosity. That's what I'm really concerned about with my welds. Basically, you want a weld with no porosity. A nice even weld all the way around. So that looks good. That's going to hold up. I just got to weld in the angle piece for the final stabilization. So there you have it, guys. That's the second mount ready to go in. And it's 41.5 inches long, so we should be able to paint that up real quick as soon as it cools down a little bit. And I will tell you one thing. If you're thinking about welding, or you're considering it, this machine here, this Millermatic 215, it's like working with a glue stick. Basically, you can dial in your material size and it automatically adjusts your voltage and your wire speed. A monkey can weld with this thing. This is your wire size here and your gauge there. I was running 3/16 of an inch and it was running really good. You can optimize the wire feed speed and the voltage. But I've had a couple machines in my life, and this machine, it just makes it idiot proof. So here we have it. Both mounts installed on the ground and hung on the pole. It's not exactly where I wanted it. You can see our angle is roughly 47.2 degrees. I was hoping more for 60, somewhere out in here, because in the wintertime the sun is real low and it's a lot easier to keep clean. The higher the angle, the more snow it sheds in the wintertime, and also the more dissipates off the back, the more heat dissipates off the back of the panels. So our panels are due south, and this is the new ground mount. And over there, the wood frame on the side of the porch was the old mount. And it was a bit steeper, but for some reason I didn't calculate the angle just right, and I would have had to have the pads further back towards the pole, which wouldn't have given me enough stabilization for this. And I also wanted it high because you got to cut the pasture out here, and you want something that the brush hog's not going to hit. So the fun part Right now, the next process will be getting a trench dug from that post all the way over to the edge of the building. And this is the back of the rack. So it was necessary to put in these cross braces because I had too much flutter, and if we had a 70-mile-an-hour wind that was flipping this thing back and forth, it would cause a problem. But it's pretty rock solid now. I mean, it's probably going to move a little bit, but the cross braces definitely help the front to back and stabilize the pole in the back. So that's all I got for this week, and hopefully we'll be able to get back to the bench soon. Hopefully you'll like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.